My name's Maria Ellison and I'm a teacher educator at the Faculty of Arts and Humanities of the University of Porto. I work in teacher education. I supervise teaching practices in schools and I teach about didactics at my faculty. Well, we always hope, don't we, in education that teachers and learners are going to be intrinsically motivated by what they do and what we engage them in doing. In CLIL, I think it very much depends on the contexts, national and local contexts, and the reasons for implementing CLIL, and whether teachers are involved of their own will, whether they volunteer, or whether they are encouraged in certain ways to get involved. And that encouragement might be because the school or university really does want to have that type of education. And it might be difficult to motivate teachers and to make them see the value of engaging in what would be a new educational approach for them, which would turn into something that would satisfy them professionally in terms of motivating them. Yeah. Okay. Fears of not being able to be understood, and that stems from perhaps a lack of confidence or lack of proficiency with the language of instruction. Fears of not being able to be themselves. But I always try to reassure teachers that they would be a different them, that this will be something that will be added to them, and that their identities would be a little more rich from this experience. And in time they will come to see that they change the way they are, the way they prepare, the way they are in the classroom. And that change becomes a wholly positive thing. I think you have to be a person who is willing to accept that you're going to change, that your teaching methodology is going to change, your attitude to teaching and learning is going to change. You are going to be yourself transformed, and you really have to be very open and willing and prepared for that to happen to you. Well, as I have just said, having a critical friend in the classroom and outside of the classroom is essential. And they will also learn from you discussing the types of methodology that you would normally engage in to teach about your content. Observing in the classroom, having that critical friend observing you. And then in post-observation feedback, discussing what has been observed. I think it can take quite a long time. The adaptation process might be a little difficult for them because they would have to perhaps break down their existent practice in order to sort of rebuild it with the consideration of CLIL pedagogy.